Mad Cat Audio.
Hi, this is Lexi from Take What You Need, the podcast. This episode is highlighting the HealHer, Tiffany Thomas, our beloved tea infusing, master Reiki healing, community driving, the HealHer on Instagram. We dive into what it means to be human and ordinary, and then being called to extraordinary things, and approaching spirituality in a very humble and light and warm way. I really hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it with her. She is a powerhouse of knowledge and healing, and I'm so grateful. So I hope that you get into a nice, comfortable seated position. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes. There is no right or wrong way to show up in this moment. Take a deep breath in the nose and let it out with a sigh through the mouth. And I invite you to come as you are and take what you need. Tiffany, welcome. Thank you so much for being a guest on the Take What You Need podcast. We have been following each other for quite some time now, and watching your rise and build of community has been so inspiring. I am so honored to have you as a guest here today. This is such an amazing jumping off point. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I absolutely love your platform. And like you said, we followed each other for a while. Watching each other grow has been amazing. And I feel like finding people in this space is so important. So I'm so happy to connect with you. So,
yes,
thanks.
thank you. Thank you for being in community with me. It has been such a joy. We were just talking a little bit earlier about how we had done a Reiki session together at the end of 2021. And at that time, I feel like we were still just getting to know each other and just trying to figure each other out in this space. But I remember that session being so powerful, and so it connected us very deeply. At least on my end, it connected us very, very deeply. And I've been so honored to have you in sisterhood and in community and as mutuals on the crazy black hole that is the internet.
Oh, yes.
So speaking of your incredible rise and prolific message, you are blowing up. How does it feel to have all of your wisdom and just incredible energy permeating beyond just what it feels like sometimes you're just kind of posting into the ether, or just on your phone and letting it roll? What does that feel like to you?
Honestly, Lexi, it depends on the day.
Yeah.
It really depends on the day. It's amazing. I'm so thankful to have people see my work and it kind of float around. And, sometimes I'm just scrolling through people's stuff and their stories, and I'm like, huh, that's me. I'm like, oh, that's my face. Great. But then it's like an ebb and flow. And some days it's really, really good. And some days it's just like, wait a minute, do they steal my content? So it
Yeah.
really depends. I'm thankful when the I'm always thankful when the messages resonate.
Yes.
And I get so many beautiful DMs about how, my words have gotten people through so, so, so much. And then, on the flip side, somebody's, sending me my stuff like, did you see they posted this? And I'm completely erased from it. So it's just trying to find a balance and appreciate the duality of, like you said, the black hole of the internet. And it's kind of just like, these internet streets have no rules. There's no rule book. It's just kind of, if you find people that operate in integrity, it is a blessing.
Yes.
And then everything else is kind of like, well, it's fair game. So
Yeah.
it's an ebb and flow.
It is. I completely agree. It's In one instance, it's so beautiful. And yes, like you get all those messages of people that are just like, wow, you're changing me, I'm growing with you, like thank you for healing me. And you're like, oh my God, like I didn't even realize that. And then
Exactly.
totally on the other flip side, you're like, oh my gosh, like that was me. Hey,
Yes.
give me
Yes.
credit.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess it is a risk that you're willing to take when building out like a platform as such. But I remember also when we had talked a few days ago and I was kind of mentioning like this community aspect of you growing this, like that wasn't necessarily your intent, correct?
No, it was not my intention at all. At the When I created Heal Her, I
Yeah.
actually had a tea business. I had I was making tea. I had just got my certification in herbalism and I was
Yes.
doing all the things, and that became a very competitive space where
Mm.
people were now, at first when I was doing tea, everybody thought it was weird. Oh, she's the
Oh.
weird girl, she's the witchy girl, she's all of these things. And the support around herbalism, especially in like the Black community, it was so
Mm.
taboo. And
Mm.
I was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep doing it. And then when I started to really build a name for myself and I was getting results with my tea,
Mm.
people saw it as a money grab. And I
Oh,
am not a competitive person at all.
right.
If I feel like it becomes extremely competitive, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
So you can have it. That's fine. I'll find something else to do. Um, and so I was just doing that, but in behind the scenes, nobody knew that I was going through this relationship where I was literally watching it fall apart every single day.
Mm.
I knew we were at the brink of breaking up, and it was a relationship I had invested so much time, energy, love, and money into. And
Mhm.
it was just like where my heart was literally breaking every single day.
Oh,
And because of how the relationship was going, and everyone thought we were this perfect couple, he had just asked my father to marry me. It was just, on the outside, we looked like we were just great and we had it all together. And,
yeah.
on the inside, I'm like, down bad on the floor crying, doing all the things, and I'm like, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Right.
And I was so embarrassed, and I felt like I didn't have the
Mm.
space to talk about it. And
Yeah.
I said, I need to get this out because I felt myself getting sadder and sadder as the days passed. And I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, I gotta figure this out. And I've always been a writer.
Yeah.
I've always been a very transparent person.
Yes.
I used to have a blog called My Not So Private Diary, and
Mhm.
something about it, just about the breakup as it was happening. Literally, I was living through it, and like, okay, I got to figure out how to transmute this in real time.
Yes.
And I started writing. I did the one thing I knew how to do best, and that was
Mm.
talk and share and kind of honor my feelings. And I guess it was a double-edged sword because, again, I grew up in a time where what happens in this house stays in this house, keep your business
Mm.
off the internet, and all of
Mm.
those things. And I was just like, yeah, screw that. I'm just going to talk about it. And I did. I was like, yeah, I'm going to talk about it because I feel like that mindset,
Mm.
I feel like, has done so much damage.
Yes.
And I needed to be be an example for my children, to say it's okay
Mm.
to talk about your feelings. If you're
Mm.
hurting, it's okay to talk about it.
Mm.
Um, I and and that's what I did. I just started talking about it. And as the relationship was again ending,
Yeah.
I posted about it in real time,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
I always say my ex is as tumultuous as the breakup was,
Yeah.
he is, our relationship, I should say, rather,
Yeah.
one of, he just makes for beautiful content. And he's truly,
Yes. Yes.
he, our dynamic, because our love story was one of those ones that I was just like, this is the
Mm.
love story for the books. Even though it ended,
Yeah.
he is really a beautiful muse.
Yes. Oh my God.
He really
Yes.
was a beautiful muse. He still is a beautiful muse. So
That's so
I I
nice.
I thank him for that. So,
Yes.
um,
You're like, yes, keep hurting me. I'm just gonna keep getting hotter and wiser and better and badder. So yes, keep
yes,
keep it
yes,
coming, please. As a matter of fact, I welcome it.
yes. I was like, you know what? I can't let this hurt go to waste. Let's use it. I'm gonna use
Adele
it.
is onto something. Literally, Adele is onto something. You know, all these artists and musicians are onto something, writing about their
Yeah.
heartbreak. It's true. I think there's so much power and magic in you being able to see the ways in which this initial like pattern of not talking about this stuff and then being like, you know what, I'm gonna do the opposite of, and just like on a wild hair being like, I'm gonna share it, I'm gonna share it far and wide, and I just in real
Mhm.
time I want to heal this and I want to talk about it and I don't want to suffer in silence. And I think even just being cognizant enough to rework that pattern in real time for the future generation, for your children, let alone
Mhm.
just for yourself, but for everyone around you, has like just grown tenfold. It's blossomed into this incredible space of healing and acknowledgement.
Yes, and the irony of it all, because at the time when I started HealHer, we had broken up in January of 2020, and we
Okay.
hadn't spoken for years.
Mm.
And he saw my work on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he got reconnected with me.
Okay.
He had literally found me from
Mm-hmm.
something I wrote and found my website and went to my website and emailed me because he had no way to contact me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we hadn't spoken in 2 years.
Yeah.
And he was just like, look at what you did. This is amazing. Like he
Oh.
couldn't even deny that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just like, wow. And it was just, I think that was in a way, it was us getting closure. It was the, and I
Yeah.
don't look for closure, but it
Sure.
felt like closure. And it was just like, huh, I'm glad I did act on this.
Yeah.
And
That's
I think,
amazing.
it some people can get upset if they see, when they're not ready to
Sure.
kind of honor like who they were in someone else's life. They
Yes.
may not have been
Yes.
the best person.
Absolutely.
He was just like, wow, like I didn't bash him or anything. I
Of
really just
course.
shared my feelings about what happened, and
Yes.
I wrote about the things I wish people would tell me if I had
Yes.
taken my hurt and my pain and gone to my friends or my family. I think I wrote about what I wish I could have gotten poured back into me,
Mm.
and I write from a standpoint of if you were talking to someone or if someone was talking to you, what would you want
Yeah.
them to say to you? And
Yes.
kind of where it is.
I have like full body chills. Like this is so impactful and necessary, and it's like even in this small work, it's like changing the world. It like feels like a drop in the bucket at times, but then it's like you have these conversations and it just you feel the like vibrations of this expanding just beyond our like one moment, and it's so beautiful. And I mean, I've also been known to like write poetry about my heartache, and again, it's like coming from a place of like, where do I put this, like I just want to get this out of my psyche and onto something else, and maybe
Mhm.
someone else can enjoy this or relate and feel, empowered by the pain that I'm going through. And I just really commend you for that, like humanity and that vulnerability. I know generally you're a pretty private person, and I really appreciate that as well. Like there's a lot of like mystery around like who you are, and I think there's a lot of like privilege in you sharing. So thank you for taking that leap for me and for your beautiful community. Thank you for sharing and being open and honest.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I think like when I started to even kind of share it with other people
Mm-hmm.
before it became something,
Mm-hmm.
um, people were like, "Well, why? Like, why would you do that? Why? Like, you have this business. Why would you start another one? You haven't even invested fully in my tea business is called the Royalty Exchange. Like, well, you haven't even
Mm.
invested in that fully. Like, why would you jump to this?" And I think in that moment, one of the lessons I learned was just do it. Don't tell anyone that you're doing it. Just
Yep.
do it. Because
Yep.
had I kind of listened to that background noise, I may not have started this.
Yeah.
But it was something that it just kept tugging. The name came effortlessly. The way I
Yes.
wrote it, it just came effortless. And
Yes.
for me, because it flowed so naturally, I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed
Yes.
to tell this story because
Yep.
I know I'm not the only person experiencing heartbreak and things
Yes.
in this during this time. And I think when you get to a certain age, when you're in your mid 30s and everything, people expect
Mm-hmm.
you to kind of have it all together. And you're
Right.
not married. I have two children, and I'm just like, I
Mm-hmm.
have to be the voice for the forgotten.
Yes.
And because I kind of had beat so many odds and overcame stereotypes and, you know, just all the things, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for me, just me.
Yeah.
While I am at the center of it, because
Yeah.
it really was my healing journey that kind of
Yes.
cultivated this, I
Yeah.
was just like, someone else is going to need this at some day point in time.
Yes.
And I didn't know that 2 years after starting it, I would lose my dad. And that became
Yeah.
another avenue of writing, writing
Yes.
about grief and
Yes.
kind of showing the duality that joy and grief can coexist and
Mm.
how they coexist and how you kind of ebb and flow through it. It was just, I think it just aligned so beautifully,
Mm-hmm.
to go from one heartbreak to the next and,
Mm.
have these really big moments come up. Like I have children that no one knows about because I am such a private person,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
um, sharing their highlights and different things that I
Yes.
was going through positively and, just trying to figure out how it all fits together. So,
Yes.
yeah.
It is an honor and a joy and a privilege to watch you expand and do what you're doing. I think these experiences of grief and heartache feel so isolating. And it's like, I know it's like such a universal experience, especially in this human experience, but it feels so like I'm the only one feeling this way. I'm the only one that's had my heart broken. And it's so, especially in the different avenues that you were saying that you're a single parent and that there's like you're in your mid 30s, and so there's this expectation of like societal expectation that you just like have it figured out, and like you don't, we're all just kind of stumbling through trying to figure it out. There's no rule book, there's no guidebook to growing and to getting older and experiencing life and being a mother and having a platform. And I definitely agree about the just do it, just go for it, and don't tell people your moves, just make the moves,
Mhm.
especially when it becomes so divine and it feels so in alignment with what you're doing. Like all of this I found in my journey, especially in like my spirituality, like it's not going to make sense to people, but people need it. It's not going to make
Absolutely.
sense. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes not even to myself. Yeah.
I was just about to say that sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing most days. I'm just like,
Right.
oh, just out here floating around in life, trying
Yes.
to figure it out.
Yes, yes. And I think like it just goes to show, and it speaks to you and your character and your magic for being like, like I'm just going to do it because it feels good. And like that can be enough. That can be reason enough or answer enough for you to move on and do the things that you're doing.
Hmm.
Because I feel like even in our line of work especially, it's always going to be a bit unconventional, and like we've had to
Hmm.
embrace that like probably right away. Like I mean for me especially, I'm like I am like I don't make sense to anyone in my life. I'm loved, but I don't make sense to them, and I'm good with that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
When did you know that you were magic? When did you know that life was going to be as unconventional as it is? Like, was there a defining moment for you and you were like, oh, this is my path and it's going to be a funky one? Like, when did you know? Or did
Um,
you know?
honestly, I feel like my whole life has been unconventional.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've always been a standout character in the
Yes.
storybook.
Mm.
Just I'm the only person I know that's adopted, you know?
Mm.
And I
Mm.
think that alone was just like, huh, I'm on a different path than everyone. And I always
Yeah.
say like I was divinely selected. So why would my
Yes.
life be, anything but, just regular?
Yeah.
So I feel like from the very beginning, um just my upbringing, again being adopted and just kind of going through, I can't tell you how many times I've probably played Russian roulette with my life, and
Mm.
I've always came out, I'm not going to say I came out unscathed because I definitely have some cuts and bruises and scars from it, but
Sure.
I feel like everything, if I really sit today and look back at the last 34 years,
Mm-hmm.
I can say, you know what? You really could write a series of books. you know
Yes.
um But I think for me, when did I start believing I was
Yeah.
magical and
Yeah.
I was magic? It
Yeah.
probably wasn't until the last mm, 5 years or so.
Okay. Was there like a defining moment in those last 5 years? Was there something that, or was it like something you just like awoke to and you're like, oh, I am magic and I'm moving as such?
I think when I really started to see how I have manifested some really amazing things without really
Mm,
knowing what manifestation looked like and
yes.
the process of it all. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that for me was just like, okay, my words have power. I've always been called to very, I guess, quote unquote, unconventional things.
Mm-hmm.
With being an oracle reader and it kind of being
Yes.
intuitive, and I
Mm-hmm.
guess always really not knowing that I've had a way of being connected to the spiritual realm and not being able to kind of, I guess, give it a name because I grew up Catholic and it was like,
Yes.
you don't do those things.
Right.
Um, but kind of even figuring out my own relationship with God. And I'm like, but why can prophets be in the church, but I can't also have a gift of
Mm.
prophecy?
Mm.
Why
Mm.
why can't I do the same thing? How come?
Yes.
And being even with doing Reiki and
Yes.
learning about herbalism
Mm-hmm.
and making these magical teas, like I've made like a fertility tea and people would
Mm.
drink it. And I'm not saying that I've cured anyone of anything, or you
Sure.
got to be careful about
Yeah.
that type
In
of
these, yes,
stuff.
absolutely. Absolutely.
But I saw the feedback I would get, and I would
Yes.
pray over everything, not
Mm.
because I was told to do it, but I knew the power that was in it. Like I feel like if I
Mm.
really look at the things I've touched and how I've gotten called into different spaces, and just even down to my managers, like I feel like my managers have all been divinely selected for me.
Yes.
The people who are
Yes.
in my life, I
Yes.
just feel like everything about it just speaks to, you know what, you have a special thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so just kind of doing that and just figuring out my own identity of who I am and why I'm called to so many different things, and they kind of they all make sense in a way,
Yes.
you know.
Absolutely. It sounds like you answered the call every time and it's always
Mm.
been like so positive that like it like reinforces because our brains are like wired for pattern, so it's like you feel that like intuitive feeling, that intuitive pull of like, oh, this is exciting to me and like this is something that needs to be put out into the world. Why not me? And I love that energy of why not me, and why can't I do that? Why can't I have that? And I think that curiosity also feeds into this like, oh, okay, so I answer the call, something really cool happens, and then it flourishes and it's amazing. And I move on to the next thing, and then the phone rings again, and then I answer the call. And
Mhm.
it's so impactful and exciting. And it's like, it's so encouraging for people that are also, maybe grew up in a religious household and are working through their own spirituality and finding their own relationship with God or spirit or source, whatever. And being like, oh, I know what she means when she's talking about answering that call, like, and something really cool happening to me. And people feeling that too. Like, that is such a honest and like true way of just going about even like spirituality in like a very like normal way, in a very just like humble way.
Mhm. Mhm. I
And
think answering the call is. I love how you put that, because, and I think one of the things that I feel like has separated me the most is I never answered the call because I feel like money's on the other end or
sure.
money's calling.
Right.
I
Right.
know that in some way, shape, form, healing is calling.
Yes.
And that's why I answered the call.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
that maybe it'll help someone. I have
Yes.
always been a helpful person. How can
Yes.
I help? What can I
Mm.
do to help? And
Mm.
what can I do to create ease? And I
Mm.
think all of the calls have guided me down a way to help create ease and
Mm.
heal. And
Mm-hmm.
all of those things are constant themes in my life. And
Mm.
it just kind of flows to the next thing. So,
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And I think, yeah, I think a lot of motivation can be like money driven, but it's also very refreshing to hear someone in the healing space being like, I just do it for the sake of helping somebody, or like
mhm.
one person getting something out of this. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that really matters. And if like money flows, hallelujah. But
Right,
if
right.
not, like, great, we love that. But if it's more so just about somebody getting something, like if I can go through this thing and someone else can benefit from it, then it's all worth it and well worth it. So that
Hmm.
is so cool. And it's so for the Heal Her, I noticed it started off with like writing and sharing this place and sharing like just starting this platform. How has it taken a life of its own in that sense? Like, is there other things that have been birthed out of it that maybe you hadn't seen? Like in intention, essentially, like building out community, and then were there events and there like speaking engagements? Like, what else has been birthed out of the Heal Her?
Um, I feel like some of the things that I've been able to do, I feel like because I've maintained, I think I'm just now getting to that point,
Yeah.
where other things are starting to be birthed because I think the writing took on, it became its own thing.
Mm.
And I think for me now, I'm like, but wait, I do more. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, I do oracle readings. I do, I do Reiki. And so
Yes.
educating people on that and how the two kind of coincide. And I think kind of lifting the stigma around those two, that's been my first thing. And
Yes.
so now I feel like I'm starting to cultivate more where it's like, hey, I want to do speaking events. Hey, I
Yes.
want to sit on panels, and I want
Mm.
to now be. I literally just made a post the other day. Like, I want to be with my community now. I want to be in it just
Mm.
as much as I
Mm.
inspire it. And
Yes.
so I think I'm just now getting to a point where I've settled into this is what I've built.
Yes.
You're called to this. It's okay to now come behind the scenes. So I think for me, even saying yes to this podcast, I think that was me answering the call like,
Mm.
okay, it's time to come from behind the curtain now. Like, the people need to
Mm.
see you so they can finally, I guess, seal the deal on the trust, so to speak. Because I think
Yes.
trust is so big, especially in this space. Doing readings, doing Reiki, that is a huge, at least to me,
Yes.
that is to have someone invite me in to give
Mm.
them a reading or to
Mm.
perform a Reiki session. That is the highest level of trust.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I think because it's kind of been a brand with no true quote unquote identity to tie it to, a
Mm.
person to tie it to, I
Mm-hmm.
think that that's kind of pause the other things that may come with this.
Okay.
And I put out a call like, you know what? I'm ready for more. What do I
Mm-hmm.
need to do? And I think it's now the community needs to know Tiffany. Not,
Yes.
I know what Tiffany has gone through, but who is Tiffany?
Yes.
And so that's where I'm at with it right now.
Oh, that is so, again, so many chills, so many tears in my eyes. I love this so much. And it makes me feel so excited for you, for what is to come, because people deserve to know the one woman show, this like one woman force behind all of these incredible endeavors and like tying everything together, and to instill that trust in you, because you are a trustworthy person and your intention is so pure. And it's like, I'm also a Reiki healer, and I completely agree with everything you said about like this honor and privilege of people bringing you in and trusting you with their innermost, their innermost thoughts and feelings. And it's like, when someone gets on your table, they do not know what's going to come up, and neither do you. So it's like, you have to
Exactly.
really create that safe space of just like, you're safe here. We're in this together. I've got us. You've got us. Like, we're going to be okay.
Hmm.
And I'm so genuinely excited to see what comes out of this for you. And I kept hearing when you were speaking, like, to step into the sunlight, let the sun like shine on your face and let people see you, let yourself be known. And that is like so major. And so, because you are the anchor of all of this. And so it's like, let yourself be known. And that is big and beautiful and deserving. You are the most deserving of that. Absolutely.
Thank you. I
You are
received
so
that.
welcome. Yes. I wanted to know, what advice do you have for people who are kind of working through their spiritual journey, or just like getting like the call keeps calling, and they keep hearing the ring. Like, what is your advice for somebody who would come to you and be like, Tiffany, I keep hearing this call? What is your advice for them?
I think the biggest thing about answering the call, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be okay with number one. I think it's a lot of different things. I think it's the first and most. I think the biggest thing is you have to be okay with people not understanding.
Mm,
Um, because I think so many of us, we hear the phone ringing, right? Like, I
absolutely.
know it's called. We have these tuggings, and I
Mm,
feel like we're drawn to certain things for a reason. But I think when there's a negative connotation attached to it, it makes it difficult and sometimes even scary to pick it up because you number one,
yes.
you don't know who's on the other end. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know what's on the other end. I
Mm-hmm.
think the healing journey and the spirit, for at least for me, it has
Yes.
been very isolating.
Yes.
It has been
Yes.
very painful, and a lot of times it's lonely, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to be okay with being identified as the weird one and the
Mm.
I don't know what she over there doing type of like, I don't know what she dabbling in. Nope, nope, nope. But and I think I've even had to learn how to be okay with everyone isn't going to support your calling.
Yeah.
Even if you see them supporting other people, sometimes people may not support
Mm.
you specifically.
Yeah.
And I think that for me has been a big kind of I'm okay with you not coming to me for a reading, but I know
Yes.
that you believe in the. It's just it's
Yes.
so many layers to it. Like it's okay if
Yes.
if it's not me that they choose, because I feel like
Yeah.
everything about it is the people that are supposed to find me, the people that I'm supposed to work with. I'm
Mm.
supposed to be a part of their healing tribe or community. They
Yes.
find me. I don't know
Yes.
how 130,000 people found me, but they did.
Right. Yes.
And it's beautiful, and I
Absolutely.
think learning and accepting that you may be alone for a little while.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
People may look at you funny for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
but no one, once you really start to get in your groove and you answer the call and the things are the flowing, no one is going to be able to not say that you didn't excel or succeed or whatever the case is. I think I've had to even be my own biggest person to say, you know what, I did the hell out of that.
Yes.
I did this. I
Yes.
built this.
Yes.
And no one can take that away from me because I
Yes.
answered the call. Look at what I built,
Yes.
brick by brick, with my bare hands. Um,
Yes.
this is mine. I'm
Yes.
thankful that I was able to build this, and
Yes.
even I think it's even a little sweeter because I did it alone.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that if the phone is ringing and you really want to answer it, but you also have to be ready for what's on the other side of it too. Because I feel
Mm.
like you can't unknow what you know. And I
Yes. Oh,
think even in the space that I'm in, a lot of responsibility falls on me.
yes.
And I think that kind of goes even into my readings. Like, that's
Mm.
why I say the people I'm supposed to connect with, they're ready.
Yes.
Because once a message flows to me, it is my responsibility to tell you.
Yes.
I can deliver it lovingly, I can deliver it delicately, but the truth is the truth. And as a messenger, as a
Mhm.
vessel that the message is flowing through, I
Mhm.
have to deliver it to you. So I even have to be okay with making people uncomfortable sometimes.
Yes. 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 Oh my gosh, I feel that so, so much. And thank you for sharing that. I know it can be so like daunting, and it is that totally like I can't unsee it now. Like I've seen it, I can't
Mhm.
unsee it now. And like even for me, like I get like a bubble in my throat if there is something that needs to be shared, like physically I feel it in my body, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is just needs to be said, like this is what it is. And you have to get to a place of just feeling maybe unapologetic, or yeah, as delicate and as loving as you can be, but yeah, like you said, the truth is the truth.
Mhm.
So absolutely, it is a big undertaking when taking these steps in this healing journey. And you don't really have a say in what comes out
Mm.
of it, like it just is. And you have to just, like you said, being lonely or being isolated or feeling like overwhelmed by your gift, or whatever the case may be. It's like you don't really ever know once you answer the call or pick up the phone, like what is waiting for you.
You really don't. And you don't get to say so on how it looks either.
Right.
You do not get to say so.
No, it is not about you. It's not about you, really. It's really not.
It's not. It really isn't. And I always tell people, one thing, if I have learned nothing else in this life, you really do get two options. You either jump or you get pushed. Oof. And if I get a choice, I'm going to always choose to jump. I will jump. Don't push me. Don't push me, please. Don't push me.
Let me have a little ounce of control. Let me feign control and let me jump on my own time.
Exactly. If I only get that little bit of say so, I'm going to jump. Please don't push me. No.
Let me have my little ego, my little humanity in this. I'm going to jump on my count. Thank you so much. So they're like, all right. 1, 2, 3. Literally, they're like, all right, girl, whatever you say. I always say my guides, like, I am the funniest hee ha ha soldier they've ever seen. So
listen. Yes.
If I'm going to do one thing, I'm going to make them laugh. So
yes, period. We're going to have a nice kiki. Yes.
I'm going to have a ball. We're going to kiki, literally. We're going to hee ha ha all the way down. So
yeah, that's it.
That's all that is. Oh, I cherish this so much, and these messages are so beautiful and so empowering and so like approachable. So I really appreciate that, because I feel like oftentimes in the spiritual sense, I don't know about you, but definitely like seeing it from Black Magic Woman, it always feels so mystified and foggy and esoteric, and like it can be all of those things, and there's so much vastness to like what spirituality is, but it feels like oftentimes so like unapproachable in a way. Like it's just like maybe like too out there enough for people to be like, I just don't even want to mess with it because it feels too much. You know what I mean? Like it's too just, I don't know, like convoluted or like clogged, and you're like, never mind. Like, I don't want to deal. Like, no, it's okay. But I loved your very like humble approach to this, because that's really what it is. It takes ordinary people and turns them into these extraordinary beings, and everybody has something to give.
Yeah, we all have something to give. We all have something to give. I think we all have something that we can take away from it. I feel like in the spirituality space, and even me, I'm like, what the hell y'all be talking about? Like, what is this? Like, I'm so confused sometimes. And I feel like even in that, between you already having to fight and, kind of dispel, like, we're not bad people. Right. I always tell people, like, I don't know the future. Like, I don't want to know the future. Like, the only thing I think I want to know is, when the hell is my husband coming? That's the only thing I want to know. So I can be ready. That's it. Like, whatever, all the other stuff, whatever. But outside of that, I'm like, I don't tell you your future. I just tell you the energy, and because I think what people kind of refuse to acknowledge or choose not to acknowledge is, I can give you the biggest, most amazing message, and once I finish, you still gonna do what you want to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think that even with that, I don't think people understand that they also have responsibility in it.
Yes.
It's not just all on me. Like, you have your part to do too. Even in me doing this, I have my part to do. Yes. But I think there's also a lot of gatekeeping, and everyone wants to be the best and the biggest. And I really, again, I think that goes back to me not being a competitive person. I could care less. Right. Like, that's great that, I just think there's so many different levels of, like, I don't know if it's hierarchy or what it is, but I think everyone wants to be in control, and and I don't want it. I don't want that. Yeah. I feel like my messages are for who they are for, and I think even when it goes back to even the frauds on Instagram giving us a bad name, right. I know your future. I have an important message for you, and I'm just like, that's not how any of this works.
Right.
No, like, I'm not drawn to your energy. If anything, I'm like, please don't say.
If anything, I am repelled. Get away from me.
No, go away.
Get away from me.
Like I feel it,
Yes.
and I feel the
Yes.
heaviness. And
Yes.
I don't want to feel the heaviness. I want to feel light and airy, and my
Right.
head's in the clouds. Like I want it to feel like unicorns and rainbows all day. But that's not
Yes.
what people are carrying around on them. And I
Right.
don't think
Right.
even I think people don't even under even can even begin to understand the heaviness that we carry
Mm,
once we're finished a session.
mm, mm,
I
mm.
have cried in so many. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just want to hug you, like
Yes.
come here, come be my friend, because
Yes.
oh, it's so much. It's people are really going through
They
heavy
are.
stuff,
They're
and
hurting.
to
Mm.
detach from that is its own piece of work within itself,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
And if you're an
Yes.
empath too, you're just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. So
Yes.
I feel like there's so many different responsibilities that comes on
Mm.
both parts.
Mm.
And I think the only way this truly works and there's an equal exchange of energy
Yes.
is when we all know our responsibility in it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I
Yes.
think that's why
Yes.
I kind of space out readings, and I
Yeah.
don't do readings and Reiki on the same day. I'm just
Of
like, no,
course.
like it can be really heavy.
It
And
is.
because I'm, at least with me, when I do my readings and I do Reiki, I don't consume alcohol.
Yes.
So I don't want to, I'm just like, no, I need to come in it pure. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell people, like, if you're getting a Reiki session, do not drink 24 hours before and don't
Mm-hmm.
drink the day of. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, like, let's come in here pure.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how
Mm-hmm.
I do in my space. I don't know what anyone else
Absolutely.
does. I'm not saying it's
Sure.
right or wrong, but
Sure.
at least for me, that's just what I do.
Right.
But yeah, I know that was a lot. A lot.
No, it all resonates. It all is so in alignment, and I feel the same way. It's even in my sessions. I actually had like an impromptu session with my roommate yesterday, and it was like so out of left field, and we were sobbing, like
Mhm.
hysterically sobbing together. And it's work and it's heavy, and there is a responsibility of two people showing up and being respectful. And I always say to my clients just to be open, show up and
Mhm.
just be open to receiving whatever comes, and knowing that there are four hands holding you, yours and mine and spirit. You know what I mean? It's like there are
Mm.
more hands holding you than you realize. And it is a lot of work, and it is it's a lot. It's a lot too. And I think that also kind of ties into this idea of like having really clean, beautiful boundaries, being like an empath, being a healing energy worker, being just a human in general.
Mhm.
And I loved the things that you said about like not drinking alcohol, or like spacing out your readings and giving yourself time and energy to like really show up in fullness for these people, and
Mhm.
allowing them to show up in fullness for you.
Yes. Yes. I have to. Otherwise, I
Yes.
think I will lose my mind. Like,
Yes,
I think I
yes.
will lose it. Like,
Yes, yes. Absolutely. And it's about like I know after our little impromptu session yesterday, I was like, "All right, sweetie, I'm taking a nap." And I slept all day. I slept
mhm.
all day. It's just you need, and it's yeah, showing up pure, showing up open, showing up like clean and not interfered with. It's really important, and I think there is a responsibility there. And also too, like you had mentioned, when you're giving people these messages, it really is up to them to kind of do with what they will.
Mhm.
And I find myself as a healer being like, and I've wiped my hands clean of it. Like once the message on my part is received, I'm here to support and I'm here to guide, but like I can't worry about whether or not these people go off and do what I have, or what spirit has decided for them. Like I can't push, you know what I mean? I can't worry about it. I can't carry it anymore. I'm here to support, but like that's once it's out.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I still kind of struggle with that because I'm like, I always tell everyone once they've had a reading with me or a session or Reiki, whatever, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
we're no longer strangers. Like, we're connected
Yeah.
now. Like, come back.
Mm.
And I'm always like, I'm going to check on you. And I think that's me again, just always wanted to be of service and help people. I'm like,
Yes.
hey, how are you doing? I'm checking in because I feel like again it's that responsibility of you gave me your trust and now I need to
Yeah.
make sure I make good, and because I don't want anyone to ever feel like, oh, she just took my money. Like no,
Right. Right. Of course not.
I
Of
want to
course.
always kind of check in, but I've also had to kind of tell myself, Tiffany, that's not your responsibility.
Right.
You upheld your end. You
Yes.
gave the message, and it's up
Yes.
to them. And it it's a up and down battle because I'll
Mm-hmm.
see,
Mm-hmm.
I follow a lot of my clients because I don't even like calling them clients. I'm like, I
Right.
follow a lot of my community, and I'm like,
Yes.
no, you're not on your timeline doing what I told you not to do. Ah!
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
like, that's not what I said. Yeah, literally, that's not what we said. That's not
talk
what we
about
talked
this.
about. Right. I
Let's
also think
talk
too,
about this.
I also think too, like, as someone that gives these messages as a vessel, it's like, there's also like timing for it, and like this, it takes time for these things to like settle in and really like acclimate in these people's bodies and energetic and spiritual emotional
Mhm.
bodies, like to really like make sense of what is said. And so like, yeah, it's so funny to like go and you're like having these crazy emotional sessions and you guys are both like, oh my gosh, we're in alignment and we're flowing, and then them, it takes time for them to readjust and get back into their, their everyday, knowing what they know now, can't unsee what they see now. And like, yeah, it's like maybe they react in a way that like you probably had told them not to, but like I just think like in their own timing, like this is a seed being planted and one day it'll bloom, and one day like this will make sense for them. Maybe right not this second, but like it will make sense eventually.
Absolutely. And I always tell them like, the messages are timeless. Like don't
Mm,
don't think that this may all happen tomorrow. Like it takes
right,
time.
right.
And so even with that, it's so beautiful when I kind of do go back and I do check in, and
Yeah.
on the other side of me seeing what people are not supposed to be doing, when
Yep.
I see people who did actually do the work, and I see
Mm-hmm.
people who did kind of hit the
Mm-hmm.
ground running, and I see the beautiful fruitions of like
Yes.
to see the babies coming, to see the apartments that they wanted to manifest, to see the
Yes.
other side of it. I'm just like, yes.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
it is
Nothing.
a that
Mhm.
duality of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing lights me up more than watching somebody, I always say, like, light their candle. It's
Yeah.
like nothing. There is nothing in my life more that excites me than seeing someone spark up with purpose or
Mhm.
spark up in alignment and stumble into what it is that they're meant to be doing and
Yeah.
sharing. There is a nothing more exciting to me than seeing people like make something of what was given and really run with it. There is nothing more like beautiful to me in this life, truly.
I
I have,
agree.
yeah, I have cried so many times about
Yes.
people discovering their purpose and being excited and like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm like, yes, you are. You're doing it. I'm like crying for them, just so.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's like being a proud mother, like just like
Yes. Like,
that's
oh, look at
my
the
baby.
baby.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh,
Absolutely.
it's the most beautiful thing, and I really cherish your multifacetedness and your humanity and your humility and your approachableness with all of these like really big, like you were saying, you're like, what are these people talking about? Like sometimes you're in there like in the spiritual space, like what is this about? And I
Right.
also realized too, like, what if it's just not for me? I always like chalk it up to being like, oh, better minds, like a better mind will figure that out.
Right. Right.
Someone else's,
Absolutely.
yeah, that message was for someone else and not for me today. And I'm good with it. I'll receive what's
Right.
for me.
Like
But I
whatever.
just, yeah, whatever. And like the theme of this podcast is like making room at the table. And I feel like you're such a beautiful example of that. And I know we had initially kind of talked about like community care and like pouring into your community. And like you really are that. I know we had talked and you're like, I don't know if that's me. And it is. I'm sorry. I just have to say.
Thank
It really
you.
is you. It is you. You've created this, even if your intention wasn't to create, this amazing community, but like all of this beautiful feedback and the way that you've navigated, the very funky internet and just like held your own and held your boundaries and showed up for yourself and other people. It's like so admirable. And I just adore you and think the world of you. And I'm so honored and excited to have you in my community and watch the things grow for you because you deserve it. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. I really appreciate you, and I feel the same way
Thank you.
about you. Like it's been amazing to see it, and even though it may not have been um, my initial intent when I started
Right.
it, I'm so thankful that I did start it. I'm so
Yes.
thankful that I kept going.
Yes.
I'm again like a beautiful muse. Like this was like, yes, it
Yes.
hurt, but something. And
Yes.
I'm one of my mantras is like, I am proof that beautiful things can grow in broken places and spaces.
Oh,
And
yes.
I really do believe that like something beautiful can come from brokenness. You just have to kind of look at it differently, you know.
Yes.
Redirection is beautiful, you know. Starting over
Yes.
is beautiful. So I am
Yes.
so thankful that people have found me in my words, and
Yes.
I'm thankful to see my words floating around and to get the DMs and the messages and the voice notes, and just it's just been amazing. And even in that, when my dad passed away last year,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
leaned on community. Like so many
Mm,
people reached out and checked in on me, like, or
mm-hmm.
how are you? Like you pour into us every day, and I just wanted to
Mm.
come and say, how can I help you? I mean,
Yeah.
I got sent books, and it was just so beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it was just an amazing thing, and I am just so grateful and
Yeah.
thankful. And even through like the weirdness of the internet, like
Mm-hmm.
there are some beautiful people on there, and I am so thankful that the beautiful people found me. Like I'm so
Yes.
thankful.
Yes, the intent was always like, even if it wasn't necessarily like in your mind to have like community, it was like, I'm gonna put this out for somebody, and everybody's like, I am somebody. I am
Yes.
somebody. Yeah, I am somebody, and it's, yeah, you deserve that support and those hands to reach up and to carry you and be a foundation for you, because you pour so much out. And it's funny like running kind of platforms like ours, because I don't think about the reach. I don't think about how far or how vast. I really don't. It's just like, oh, this kind of spoke for me, and maybe someone will feel that today. And it's like that's it. That's it. That was all it was. It's just a place to put my feelings. That's all it's ever been. So
Mm.
for it to really flourish and blossom for both of us, it's always like very cool, and it's always very shocking. I don't know if it's shocking for you, but it's always very shocking for me. I'm always like,
Oh,
really?
yes. Shocking as ever.
Yes. Yes, every
So
time.
shocking. Especially,
Yes.
and I think even when you look at, and I'm not like a starstruck kind of person, but
Sure.
I feel like even when I see some of my favorite people, you know,
Yes.
celebrities, and I'm like, I think
Yes.
it I think it just lets it's proof that it kind of humanizes all of us, and
Mm.
we all go through the different ebbs and flows of sorrow and
Yes. Yes.
sadness and happiness and light and joy. And I feel like I have really built like the I don't want to say a playground of emotions, but I guess it is.
Yeah,
So,
totally. It is. I completely agree with this idea of like the celebrities or like the people that you like look up to. Like I've had SZA share a couple of my posts, and I'm always just like, SZA! Like I like
right.
lose my ever loving mind. Like I'm like, mother, like I love you so much. Like you're noticing me? Like, oh my God. Like that, like it will never not be the most shocking, amazing thing in my life ever, ever,
Right.
ever,
It
ever.
won't be. It won't be.
Never. I never take it for granted. Ever. Oh, so
Right. I don't
cool.
take it for granted. I don't take it
Never.
for granted at all.
I don't
So I'm
even realize. Yeah, I don't even realize in all honesty. I'm just like I'm just a girl. That's literally what I think.
right. Like I'm
I'm
just
just
Tiffany, whatever. Like
I'm just a girl. Like I'm just a simple girl.
thanks.
Just
Right.
what a wee lass trying to make it through like everybody else. But yeah, no, it
Right. I'm
is.
just one. I'm like, girl, I'm just one cry away from
Right.
going to shut crack. Like, whatever. Like, I'm just flowing through it. Like, come on over here. We cry together.
Let's fucking cry together. Oh my God. I love that. Let's cry together. I cry a lot. And so most
I
people,
do too,
yes.
Lexi. I cry
Yeah,
all the time. I'm
I
just
love
like,
a good I do. I mean, that's how I emote. Any emotion really is it's gonna be a cry. No matter what. Happy, sad, angry, whatever. It's gonna be
yes,
a cry. It's
yes,
gonna
that
be a
is
cry.
me. I'm always crying. Like, they're tears of joy.
Yeah.
Don't.
Don't look at me, literally.
So I get it.
Oh,
Same.
I love it. I love it. So, in our last few moments together, I just want to give you a moment and an opportunity to like humble brag about something that you're excited about in like something in the works. If you have something you want to share with the world, I want to give this platform. This is as much mine as it is yours. So, if there is a place that you just want to like shout it from the rooftops, this is your opportunity to share and announce. And
Okay.
I would love for you to just kind of take it away, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Biggest thing I have an oracle deck coming out. I'm hoping that
Woo!
yes, I have
Yes,
my own
yes, yes.
oracle deck. I am so excited. And when I
Yes.
tell you this oracle deck, like I told you, Lexi, this oracle deck is
Yes.
for the 80s babies, the 90s. This is
Yes.
for the collective. I really, I dug deep for this one.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
am just so thankful for my graphic designer. I have to shout her out.
Yes.
Janelle, she is Odd Culture on Instagram. She, when I tell you, I gave her my vision and
Mm-hmm.
the execution was like she always says it's me because she just did what I put on paper.
Yeah.
And it brought tears to my eyes.
Yes.
Like, it is an ode to the culture. There's brown bodies, there's fluffy bodies, there's skinny bodies, there's artists that I love, music. I even have little nuggets to where I was able to incorporate my dad and my
Mm.
children. So even like for me, I'm not gonna cry. Even for me, it was like keeping his memory alive and everything. Like I
Yes.
wanted, because he was one of the people who like he wasn't afraid of my gifts and he gave me a space to kind
Yes.
of do those things. And my
Yes.
daughter is gifted. She does readings
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's just like, come, like, hey, give me a read. And then I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. And so, like, even down to like my love of plants, like my dad and I bonded over plants. Like he would
Yes.
accompany me on all of my journeys to go pick up plant babies. So I
Yeah.
needed to kind of immortalize him in a way. And so I
Yes.
put him in this deck and
Oh.
with my mom's permission, of course. So they're in there. My babies are
Mm.
in there. It's just so much of it. It is just amazing. It is in a truly intuitive deck. There will
Yes.
be a downloadable guidebook, but it's not going to tell you what the card means. It's going to
Yes.
be the inspiration and the history behind the card and
Okay.
why the card was important. But this is for the people who feel like they can't do readings or it's just an
Mm.
introduction to it. So you are relying on your connection to spirit in this with this
Yes.
deck, and
Yes.
it's just gonna, some cards don't have any words at all. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be you relying on, what does this mean to me? How does this show
Yes.
up in my life? And so I am so excited about this deck.
Yes.
So excited. So I have that coming up. I am also I've been single for 4 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and I also have my sister brand to heal her, which is Lover Girl Lane, where I'm going to kind of take women on the journey of dating in 2023. And yes, I'm going to be going on little journeys and, romanticizing life because I feel like lover
Yes.
girls are just
Yes.
soft and easygoing and they're not stressed and we're just kind of letting it be what it is. But it's
Yes.
also about sisterhood. So it's going to be,
Yes.
I didn't want it to be, I feel like Heal Her is is the healing space.
Yeah.
Welcome Girl Lane is like, what happens after? Like, now we did the work. What comes next? You know?
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
as
Yes. Yes.
heavy as Heal Her. It's light. It's fun. I
Yes.
hope to kind of do. I even want to maybe do like a speed dating event to kind of
Ooh.
connect people together.
Yes. That's
And I want to
amazing.
do it like for romantic relationships and even
Yes.
platonic relationships because I
Yes.
found Heal Her has let me know that I want community. And so I
Yeah.
want to build a space for community and for women to find their tribe members. So Love Girl
Yes.
Lane, you can, connect with me there as well. So those are my two big things. And next year, I just hope to be out in the community with the people. Like I want to be at Essence
Yes.
Fest. I want to be at some of these
Yes.
conferences and panels. So next year,
Mm-hmm.
I want people to really like to just see me, get to know me, feel me, hug me, laugh with me. It's just going to be light. So I'm
Oh, I
excited.
love it, Tiffany. Yes, 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 yes to all of these beautiful things. We're manifesting all of these talking events and people getting to cry with you and hug you and feel you and share into your gorgeous, beautiful energy the way that you do for us. And it is so amazing. I literally cannot wait to get my hands on that Oracle deck. I literally cannot wait. That is so amazing. And the homage to your father, me and Maddie both were teary-eyed over here, like glassy-eyed, thinking about this beautiful honoring. You're honoring you and your heritage and your foundation and your support system. And it is so beautiful. And we are so immensely lucky to get to revel in it with you. So thank you. I'm so excited about Lover Girl Lane. I am a lover girl through and through, soft as can be. And I want to find other lover girls, and I want to come with you. I want to be there. I'm coming. I will be there with you.
Yes. Meet me at Lover Girl Lane. Like, we're going to be soft. We're going to be leaning. We're going to happy hours by ourselves. And we're just going to lean into, I think, romanticizing our lives is just so important. So after we done the healing work, I'm like, okay, it's heavy enough. Let's make it light. Let's keep it cute.
Let's make it light. Let's keep it so cute.
Let's make it fun. We're going to dress up. Yes. This is really this is just fun, So I needed a space to just be Tiffany and just have fun. I love, okay? Yes. I love love. And I'm like, I'm going to create a space. So.
Why not me? Why not me? Why not me? Tiffany, you are incredible. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being a sister to me and so many, and carrying us and speaking your truth and pouring your just like genuine and approachable love into these spaces and healing. And I am just like so excited to see what is to come, because it's only going to get better from here. It's only going to get bigger and better and hotter and delicious, more delicious for you. I can see it now. I can feel it. So thank you. Where can people find you? On Instagram?
On Instagram, at the HealHer. And you can also, if you want to be a lover girl, you can find me on Instagram, Welcome to Lover Girl Lane. So I am there. And of course, I'm on Threads. And I'm sure you're going to see me out. I might be in a city near you. So we're going on tour next year.
Yeah, we are. Oh my gosh, go on tour. I really, like, anytime you find yourself in California, I will find you. I will find you. Yes. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. I can't sing your praises enough. You are such a powerhouse and such a will in a way. And I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on here today.
I love you too. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being a sister to me. Thank you for all that you do in the space that you create for women like me.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode with Tiffany Thomas, the HealHer. She has given us all something to think about. I'm so honored to be in community with her, and I am so honored to be in community with you. Don't forget to answer the call, lean on your lover girls, and go be ordinary. Take What You Need, the podcast was created by Lexi Bordeaux and Madeline Doss. Original music and production by Madeline Doss. This is a Bad Cat Audio podcast.